This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. It's Friday, May 27th today.
It is.
No joy in Mudville. Sad day. Bill Glisky's final cheap seats on the air. We wish to say goodbye. But a great day tomorrow for the whole family. Great fun, free family event going on at Westwick's Park. Susan Walsh is going to be coming up on the podcast today. Kick it off with a rundown on yesterday.
Yeah, let's go back 24 hours.
We had a real fun day, and I want to hear more about the field trips, because we're going to talk about field trips in a little bit, but you were the mom, one of the moms.
One of the mini moms, yes.
And dads that would have gone out. Mm-hmm. It was a one-day event. Tell us about it, because it was really enjoyed by all of the kids. Well, everybody really enjoyed yesterday.
I don't know how you couldn't. It was, as I said this morning, I was really questioning, and funny enough, so was my son's teacher, because I did say to him at the end, because I had had such a great day, I'm like, if I'm being honest, I really didn't know what to expect today. Because when you say there's a water festival, number one, what is a water festival?
Yeah.
Number two, why are you having it at Ski Hill, which, yes, is next to a river, but it's inland a little bit, so you're not really at a body of water per se. I said, so I really didn't know what this was. He's like, honestly, I didn't either. It was just a field trip, and we jumped on it. Which was kind of the feeling, I think, overall. All the parents I talked to yesterday and some of the teachers all felt the same way, that, it was just great to be out again. Yeah. And the kids had a full day of running around, getting wet, because we were at a water festival, and learning about water conservation. That's what it was based around. So it was very educational, but in a fun way, how to conserve water, how to protect our wetlands, how to be safe around water, and some real teaching moments yesterday, which was great, along with all the fun we had.
And they had them in stations so that the kids would move station to station. How many were there?
That was the other part when we first got there, which was interesting. So they had about, I honestly don't know, there had to be at least 15 different stations, if not more, set up around the hill outside. There was one inside with InQuinte Conservation, and over by the school in Battawa, and you walked the trails and got to each of them. But you didn't have any set booths you had to go to, so it was kind of a free-for-all.
Oh, okay.
So when we first got there, it was like,
a rotation.
How is this going to work? It was kind of like when you saw an opening, you went to it. And the ones we went to were quite educational and fun for the kids.
Because it wasn't just water you were telling me about. They show the kids how fish eat, and if they don't get enough nutrients. But we're not reinventing the wheel here.
No.
You make it fun for kids. They learn. They never forget.
Exactly. I was learning things yesterday too. But it kind of went hand in hand with pollution as well. So along with water conservation, it was kind of environmental conservation as well. It was teaching kids, when we pollute our waterways, when we pollute our environment, these are the repercussions. And yes, it showed fish's diet when they're out eating. It may look like there's a lot to eat, but in fact, they're only getting a very small amount of actual food. The rest are pollutants. It taught the kids water consumption, both in first world and third world countries. Not just consumption, but how they get it and what the water quality is like, what they have to go through. It showed them what can happen when pollutants get in the water and how it affects different species. Invasive species. They had a whole, which was creepy. They had a booth of invasive species in jars. So you could actually see some of these fish and like zebra mussels,
right?
The little guppies that are everywhere. So they actually got to see them, and in some cases touch them. InQuinte Conservation was there with crayfish and different bugs and beetles that you could see and explain to them the importance to an environment. And it was really interesting and well done by everybody involved. A lot of students on hand running these booths, so kudos to them too. They did a great job, an amazing job with tying it all together and making sense. And of course we had fire trucks, which one person made we had just come from a booth of water consumption of how we have to be careful with how much water we use. And then we go to the next station and it's the fire trucks with their hoses spraying.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that.
So which cooled them all off at the end of the day. But a great day nonetheless. And
4
really
hours,
happy.
right? 4 hours? Well done.
4 hours,
well
yeah.
done.
And we did put the question up on our Facebook page about field trips, such as this one, or maybe more embarrassing ones, as we heard from our caller this morning, Lisa, who went on one with her dad, for you to share your field trip memories. And we did hear quite a few of those, and that was great to reminisce and remember back to when we were all young and taking those trips.
Lisa was talking about how Dad had pulled out, because he's a hunter. You know her dad?
I do.
So
Prepared for anything, this man.
Wally?
Wally is his
Wally
name,
would
yes.
he pulled out the huge orange hunting tape, like the
Set his jackknife.
and a jackknife, and every kid's getting an orange armband of tape
Yep.
on them, so we know that you're with us and I can see you anywhere. And didn't lose a kid.
No.
Mortified the
know
grade
what?
7 daughter.
Yes.
Sure, Lisa was mortified in grade 7. But Dad came.
He came
Dad's
prepared. He was organized. He knew what he was going to do. And
I can spot all my kids.
Yep.
We're all safe on the bus. End of discussion.
He was on it.
Mission accomplished.
Now, did he go on any more field trips? It doesn't sound like he did.
But the downside of telling the story on the air is now Wally thinks he's a celebrity.
Well, he is. He really is. Because,
But
come
let's
on,
hope-
you got to be a little impressed by that, Mark,
Yeah.
as a dad yourself.
Oh, no, I
Yeah.
am. But let's just hope he uses it for good.
The notoriety,
And
the
when he
the
starts his
celebrity.
own podcast,
Yes.
that it's all about tips to save kids
Yes,
from Wally.
absolutely.
So that was great. So thanks for sharing.
And I
all
wasn't
of
the
those.
the only one who had a good day yesterday.
We had
you
a
had quite a
fabulous
day.
time. We called Zoe this morning too from the Children's Foundation. She gave me her number, said, "Now when are you going to call?" And I did 6:30, and she's like, "Okay."
Okay.
And I said, "All right, you clearly didn't give me your phone number because that was way too." So
Easy.
we phoned. And it was actually her phone number. But we wanted to know how they did. $51,000 raised at
Incredible.
Black Bear Ridge Golf Course yesterday.
Almost 200 kids.
Yep.
Will be affected by that.
That's how
they'll
she
be
put
able
that
to,
out.
yeah, they'll
That
be able
money.
to participate in sports and go to camp, and
Yep.
that's incredible. Incredible. One day of golf
Right.
can do that.
So it sounds like a lot of money, but what does it mean? It means
Yeah.
that 200 kids get to go to camp, get to do what they want in the Playing for Keeps program,
Yep.
instead of not getting the exercise, not being included, not having opportunities, not making friends,
Possibly getting into trouble.
right? Not being ignored.
This gives them something to do.
Feeling marginalized
Yes.
on top of everything else. No, it gets them involved, gives them a future,
Part
gives
of
them hope.
things.
And what did you do? You spent a couple $100 and played golf. And maybe before you thought, well, it's just another day. Yeah, okay. Good for us. It's another day. But look what you did for a child.
Exactly.
And 200 of them. That's so good. So to everybody, all the sponsors, and for everybody that bid over $10,000 on Boyd Sullivan's auction, which was out in the parking lot before we even golfed. So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm getting my money or nobody's hitting a golf ball. Okay.
All right. Let's do
Leighton's
this.
were there, and so many of the other angels. Bernie Willett was there. The Guardian Angel Gala's coming up Saturday, June 18th. I found out from Bernie. Handful of tickets remain. It always sells out quickly, but then it's usually in March. And then, of course, with the pandemic, it's been a couple of years because Bernie has been the angel now for 20, 21, and 22 till we can get the gala.
Yeah.
So it kind of falls away. So it's if you meant to get tickets, get them before they're gone. Contact the Children's Foundation. It's going to be a great night. Bernie's done so much in the community for the Children's Foundation and other organizations, and a very worthy angel to go up on the wall with the rest of them. Boyd Sullivan's an angel, for example. So he's in. Ed Leighton and his wife Fran are angels.
Yep.
And so what a great day yesterday. That was really, really good. And then the show went for, a bit of a dumper this morning.
Yeah, we had
That's
to be a bit of a downer for a little bit. And
Yeah.
I say that because, yes, selfishly, personally, for you and I,
Yeah.
we're sad, even though it really is something to celebrate too. Our own Bill
loss, their
Glisky,
gain.
his final day with us is today, but he's moving on to such a great position with the Children's Safety Village.
So we got him on the phone this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
morning,
gosh.
Bill.
Really sorry to bother you on your final day.
Yeah, we know it's early.
What are you wearing? I'm trying to
And
keep
then we
this
wonder,
light.
and then we wonder why today is his last day, Mark. When you ask him what he's wearing
know.
first thing in the morning.
I'm trying to keep it light because I'm kind of bummed out, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words and the teasing that you've been setting up all morning. So
He has been setting you up, Bill, because as sad as we are, and even Mother Nature has come along and she's crying today too. We are sad to see you go, but there are good things coming for you. And for that, we are happy. So share with us what your next chapter will start with.
Starting on Monday, I will be moving down the road from the radio station to the Belleville Children's Safety Village as the executive director for that fine institution.
So you'll be doing cool things still in the public. So after being the managing editor of the Intelligencer to get the information out, founding editor and voice of the cheap seats with InQuinte.ca, you're just going to find other ways to help the community. How did this program come about, and why are you interested in doing this?
It came about, actually, the former executive director had left in December to move on to other things. I am friendly with the chair of the board of the Safety Village, Matt Howell, who mentioned that they were looking, just sort of as a casual conversation like friends will have. And I was curious, and he started talking a little bit about it. And sort of the more he talked about it, the more I learned about the Safety Village, which had always intrigued me because it's such a unique thing. A lot of people, I think, in this area don't appreciate the fact that most places don't have anything like the Safety Village. And even then, I was aware of the program they did to teach kids road safety and train safety, but they do fire safety. They have programs on internet safety. They have programs on how to be aware of human trafficking. They have all of these programs that they have going on. And the more I learned, the more my eyes were open to the great work they're doing to make kids safer. And it was just one of those things that I said, you know what, I can really make a difference here. I'm going to put my hat in there and see what they think.
Well, congratulations!
Yeah.
What a great step you're taking.
Well, thank you. It's like you said, it's a happy day for what I'm going to be doing next, but it's a sad day for where I'm going. I have, the cheap seats has been near and dear to my heart for 7 years, and working with people like the two of you, Jen and Al over at Cool 100, Emily, Paul, everybody, the news team, Nicole and Brock, great people, great friends, and I will. I said to John Sherratt, the owner of the station, when I was leaving, that I would not be moving into this job I have now if not for the opportunity Starboard gave me to do the cheap seats and do InQuinte. So
right.
I will always be grateful, and there will always be a spot in my heart for everybody at the radio station.
Well, let's cue the cliche then. Our loss is the city and children's and families' gain.
Absolutely. And it's not that you're not going to hear from us either, Bill, because
right, we got
now
your
you're
number.
We've got your phone number. You're our contact. We'll be calling you and talking to you.
Well, I hope so. I think I'll be calling you probably more to say,
right.
hey,
let's talk to Bill from the safe seats. Let's call Bill. And then we'll get you in our March Madness.
We should have like a segment. We should do that from the safe seats.
Safe seats.
Safety first seats. Hey, Bill, congratulations on everything. And I know you're going to be getting lots of accolades over the weekend. Enjoy it, man. Thanks for everything.
No, thank you guys for everything. It's been great.
Vinyl Cheap Seats ran. If you didn't catch it, I'm pretty sure it's at InQuinte.ca. Or he's got his own Twitter page, and I think there's a Facebook page. And I get it on the radio, so I don't follow it on social media. And but then he transitions. But that's Bill, right? So he was the managing editor of the Intelligencer when he got here after having worked in newspapers across this fine province of ours. So he leaves that to come here, start an online property known back then as InQuinte.ca, which is now about the top news and entertainment one in the area. So Bill shepherded that along, did the cheap seats, as he said there, thought that would be for maybe 6 months to kind of give it some profile. Yeah. And everybody's like, more and more, give us more. And boy, what a boon through the pandemic to be able to give it a perspective. Like the timing was so great for it. And it's such an integral part, that 1 minute every morning, just to get your mind thinking. Didn't always like it. Sometimes you felt like you were victimized or picked on, but it's a good thing. Sometimes we all need a kick in the ass.
It really made you think.
Yeah, and then sometimes it was like, wow, I thought I was the only one that thought like that. Bill does too. So it really gets conversation going. And even give you a different
perspective and be like, you know what, I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Okay. I want to learn more and do more.
Or I'm not interested in that. And then after the minute, it's like, Now I am interested. Like there's just so many things.
It really provoked conversation, regardless.
Which is what all we wanted to do and what Bill wanted to do. So we'll miss it, but now the community is going to have safer kids because he's going to be the executive director of the Children's Safety Village.
Maybe the safe seats will catch on.
You know, we're really got the old gerbil on the wheel moving up in my head about how, safety first. Let's call Bill. What you clowns. Well, we wish him all the best.
Absolutely.
And that's such a cool transition for him to, again, stay in the public eye, but do great things in the community that way.
Big congratulations to him.
And help out kids. So, so Bill, that's great. And then Susan Walsh, because, wow, you want to talk about getting out and having fun, a great family event tomorrow.
Many people would remember this spring event as being called Family Art Fest, but we've rebranded all of our city festivals this year. So this year we are very happy to present our Spring Family Fun Fest. So it's a chance for everybody to kind of get in touch with their creative side. So we have all kinds of spring-themed arts and crafts, as well as some take-home treasures for sure. We have some giveaways. We have bubble making, some special art adventures with local artists Chris Bennett and Melissa Brandt. If anybody follows the arts at all, they'll know how talented these two young people are. Of course, we have the face painting or arm art, whichever people are more comfortable with these days. Balloon animals are always a big hit. And we're lucky this year. We've had a lot of organizations jump on board with special displays and activities for families as well. Glenmore House, Quinte Conservation, Belleville Public Library, and the Belleville Senators will be there as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we have a spring butterfly who's coming and a cherry blossom coming for some great photo opportunities and a full side hustle market. We have about 25 market vendors that will be on site with a full range of products for all ages. And then we end at 2 o'clock with a concert by the Quinte Symphony.
Now, all of this has to cost an arm and a leg, Susan.
No, it is free.
All of it.
Free admission, free activities, lots of giveaways, free parking, and also the pop-ups are opening this weekend. They open tomorrow. So on Saturday, there will be lots of choices of food, beverage, and there's even a mini golf game this year.
Oh, my gosh.
All wraps up the Mayor's Week for the Arts going on with the Quinte Arts Council's annual Plein Air Festival. This is Susan Walsh of the Chamber of Commerce. And then when you get this one done on Saturday, no rest at all because Canada Day's coming.
June is definitely our busiest month, and it's so exciting this year to be able to be planning these live events to come back. So Friday, July 1st, mark it on your calendars. It's going to be one of the best Canada Day events ever. We've worked very, very hard on that. And the 44th Annual Waterfront Festival is back in person July 7th to 10th.
That's going to be great. Wow. Spring Family Fun Fest. So first things first, this Saturday from 10 until 3, wonderfully located at Westwicks Park by the Lions Pavilion. Free admission, free attraction and entertainment, free parking. Susan Walsh, on behalf of all of us, thanks for everything the Chamber does, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll see you at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, bright and early.
She's always so much fun to talk to.
I know.
Because it's always great. Anytime we talk to Susan Walsh, I think that's why I enjoy it so much. Yeah. There's always something big and fun and exciting here in the city. So it's when we say Susan Walsh is coming on, you know it's going to be a good day, a good event.
Because chances are when it's over, there's fireworks or Santa's there. Right?
Or food. There's food involved, and you can't go wrong. When there's fireworks, food, Santa. Live entertainment, it all goes together.
Face painting and a petting zoo.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's a petting zoo there tomorrow.
No, I don't think any animals this weekend.
But again, hit the website for the Chamber of Commerce to get all the details on the Fun Fest tomorrow from 10 till 3, I think,
10 to 3 tomorrow, yes.
And so that's going on and so much. If you're checking out the podcast outside of the Quinte region because you love to come here, InQuinte.ca, follow that all summer long. It updates events coming up so you can pick and choose those times when you want to come back here. We'd love to have you back in the area. One of the great summer areas of Ontario and Eastern Ontario here in the Quinte region. Glad to have you. It's Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Enjoy your weekend. When we get back here on Monday, our podcast is going to get super serious because chances are you're well aware of what was going on with the radio broadcasting community in Toronto with Jennifer Valentine's video last weekend.
Not just Toronto, it's really spread across the province, nationwide. Yeah. But Jennifer Valentine, a broadcaster in the GTA, really got the ball rolling and kicked open a door that certainly needed to be kicked open.
And so Charity is a broadcaster. We're going to talk about that. It's a serious one, and one that has to be done, not only in broadcast. Now, once again, it opens it up throughout all of the business community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
And the treatment of women in the workplace. Mm-hmm. So we'll have that for you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Back at it on the air Monday morning with Mark and Charity Mornings here on 95.5 Hits FM.